versions of yourself at home, office, and with friends. Anybody else would like to volunteer for the next question? Okay. We'll give somebody else more chance. If there is anybody, or definitely will come up. Anybody else? Okay, you can. So the question is, are you an introvert or extrovert person? Your name please?
Omkar.
Hi Omkar, your question is, are you an introvert or extrovert person?
So good afternoon all. My name is Omkar Kulari, presiding officer Abhinav, Toastmaster of the day Ethan, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest including me as well. So my topic for the day is, are you an introvert or an extrovert person? So let me start from the beginning. Throughout my academic journey, throughout my schooling life, my college life, and throughout my MBA as well, I have been a very shy, very introverted, a very reserved person. I still remember one of the incident from my school. My principal, Sunil sir, he once told me that, Muka, you should be participate more in debates, more in case competitions. At least you should represent yourself, at least at a classroom level as well. But the shyness, the introvertedness, the reservedness within me was so much dominant that I could not speak to anyone. Like I was very nervous, very shy. Don't like to talk much about my stuff. So it kept me, demotivated and a very underconfident guy throughout my academic journey. But once I entered my MBA school, and I saw a very diverse group. Like people are coming from medical background, people are from engineering, as I also have an engineering background. People are coming from non-tech background as well. And when I saw all of them, they are so much confident, so much full of life, so much engaging. Then I realized that at least you should begin to express yourself so that you can connect with the same wavelength of group. You can match some frequency of few kind of people wherein you can express yourself. And that is how I started meeting different people, catching different groups, and I expressed myself, I expressed my emotions, and there I got a little confidence to express myself. So coming back to the topic, am I an introvert person? As of now, no, but earlier, throughout my life, throughout my 25 years of life, I have been an introverted person, but I am trying to change it now. Thank you, that's it.
Thanks for sharing your journey about the person that you are. Any guests that would like to volunteer? Okay, please take a punch in and you can give it back to me. I'll read the question to you. And, so the question is, how do you stay consistent with your goals? Can I please? Neeraj, the question is, how do you stay consistent with your goals? Okay.
So good afternoon everyone, good afternoon fellow Toastmasters of the day and fellow Toastmasters and guests of the day. I am also one of them. I took the chance to raise the bar because he is the second meeting he has taken the table topic. So in the first meeting I take a thanks to you for giving me the opportunity. Okay, so how I will be consistent to achieve my goal, it's like I also took the different masks to wear it. So how I able to, in every situation, I could take the opportunity and leverage my the skill set so I can be more consistent to reaching my goal. The goals like changing on a frequent basis, I try to understand what expected out of me, how I can deliver or how I can contribute in a different manner, and I took the chance to deliver it in the way it should be. So I try, or I would say, do some practicing to achieve it and make myself comfortable to reach that goal in well within the time limit or in a respected way. So thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing your journey. Any other guest? And what's your name? Ricky. Hi Ricky. You can take a punch list and then we can give it back. I'll read the question. Okay, the question is, how important is validation from others in your life? So I repeat, the question is, how important is validation from others in your life?
Hello everyone, I'm Revati Vajikar, and today people here want to know how much validation is important for me. So starting from the school days, I was a pretty shy and introverted kid, and at that time I wanted everyone, especially the teachers and my friends, to validate me on what I'm doing well, be it academics, or I was more into the curricular, post-curricular activities. So I wanted validation from them. Slowly, eventually, I started understanding that validation is not something which one should strive for, and with time, the confidence builds up if you don't look for validation in others. Rather, you see or maybe look within, and if you are able to find validation within yourself or not. So right now I'm at a stage where I don't look for validation in others, rather I want validation from myself. So, thank you.
Really a fantastic answer of telling how you react towards not seeking others' validations. Thank you. So if I have to give my perception about seeking validations, initially even I did the same because I thought getting appreciation from others is what makes you happy, motivated, and live a powerful life or maybe a happy life. But then eventually as you mature, you grow, you understand seeking validations is something, it's their opinion. It might be true for, it might be correct for them, it might be something else, but that's not what is your or maybe your persona. So always look for who you are instead of seeking other validations. Okay, so next, moving on to the next, yes Kiran, we have next speaker, that is Kiran. I request you to come on the stage and pick up one sheet. Kiran, the question for you is, what is that one thing you would like to improve about yourself? Toastmaster Kiran, what is the one thing that you would like to improve about yourself?
Well, there are presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster and everything. The question is, what is the one thing I would like to improve myself? Rather, there are many. There are many things which I think I should improve upon. But the very first thing I would like to improve myself is about the consistency. To be honest with you, I have been changing my goals multiple times and I am not consistent with it. It's like a few weeks back I was thinking that I got someone playing mouth organ, the harmonica, and I thought I should learn that. So I bought harmonica online and I thought I would connect with the teacher who will teach us the harmonica. But I called the guy, he said yes, you can enroll the classes. I enrolled the first class and he said that will come for the next class as well. And I never turned up. Second thing, I thought I should have good physique, so I joined the gym and I joined for 3 days. First 3 days and it was good experience, and 4th day I was absent. There are like lot of things I did to improve myself upon, but consistency is something I should work upon hard. Over to you.
Do we have any guests left? You would like to take participate? Okay. Okay. So we have 2 guests. Let's. You have. Anybody who would like to volunteer? Okay. Thank you. you like to pick up one challenge? I can read that to you. The question for Bharat is, what is the one belief about yourself that has changed over time? What is that one belief about yourself that has changed over time? Over to you.
So, good afternoon everyone, district officer, Toastmaster of the day and fellow Toastmaster and guest. So, one belief I think that changed over the time is like, previously I am very calm, okay. So I am introvert as well as calm. Basically I don't get angry for few things, like I have the capacity to maintain that, okay. But with the age or with the situations that got changed little bit, not in significant way, but little bit like if the situation like if I used to work with many people, so okay. So if I assign any task to someone and he is not able to do that, I try to teach him like multiple times. I never get tired of that previously, like 4 times, 5 times. But somehow over the time, I recognize that whatever effort I am putting, if the other person is not showing the learning things or not listening to you, so that makes me angry now, which is not the case previously. So that is the one thing I can say that maybe it's a matureness or something, but that changes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the session comes to an end. Hope you all had an engaging session and you have taken a pause to discover who you are, and the questions were directed to the speakers on the stage. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
So, thanks TMNC for a great session and right questions you asked. Okay, so we will continue talking about the thing. The guest just said, Bharat, okay. The guest Bharat has said something, the belief system, which was the image actually. Okay, he was carrying that image. He was created that image of the environment of someone, we can say, individual or someone created that image for him and he carried it very proudly. Okay. But something happened over the period of time. Life gave him the chance. Okay. How life explored and created the situations. He got to know himself more. The characteristics of features of his previously unknown, you got to know them. So this is something, the shaking of the image. Okay, so let me give you my example. The thing happened about me. So before marriage, everyone was like getting and very calm. I never saw him getting angry. Okay, and that was the image. And then I got married. Okay. Okay, life became miserable. And life gave me many things. I was previously not home. So I started getting angry on little things. Okay. So like everyone. So then I realized. So that calmness, that image was created previously, shattered because of the new challenges life gave me. Before that I didn't have the challenges or life didn't prepare me to face the new challenges. After getting married, we get the challenges. Okay. So life or no one prepared me for that, and then my real something I never experienced. Those images. All those masks came out. So I will continue that in some time. So before that, it's time to evaluation session. Okay. So all the evaluators we introduce the target speakers, the pathways. Now they will evaluate how the speakers did when speaking, covering their topic.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations on completing level 3 from Persuasive Influence. Now, coming to your speech, you started very energetically and you was filled with energy, so that was a good point. Kudos to you for that. You look confident for the speech, throughout your speech, and your speech was very eloquent and well crafted. So wonderful. And the good part is you came up with prop. You came up with a prop pen to show how you tried to practice eating with chopsticks. So that was a cherry on cake. You had a good eye contact with the audience. That was a good thing. Now coming to the purpose of the speech, body language. You showed confidence in your stance and used gesture to show your message. And your movement was very clear. The movement was smooth and natural. Your voice was clear and loud. Pace was good. Now coming to the recommendation, I feel your tone was little like you can utilize your tone and body language and you can synchronize it. For example, when you are saying that when you ask the shopkeeper how to apply, how to handle, how to use chopstick, then you could have used some disgusted look, kind of surprise. What are you asking like that? And you could have used body language. And the second part is you could have also used transitioning. I felt like transitioning from your topic and from the message what to give or supply and demand. That was not very clear. So maybe you can add something natural and you can add something to improve the flow. Overall, it was a good speech and I wish you all the best for your next speech.
So this is a journey. There are speakers, they speak, they improve their public speaking or the pathways they have chosen in Toastmasters journey. And the evaluators evaluate their speech, they give the feedback, what they need to improve, what they did good. Okay, so in next speech they improve themselves and this way we improve. Okay, and we after our journey ends, after our pathway completes, we get that confidence and we really become a confident speaker without the mask. Okay, so we ourselves or the group creates one image. That image is not a mask, it's what you believe, what you are actually. Okay. So now for next evaluation, next week evaluation, I would like to call A. Abhinav for Navna's speech. The mirror will come next. Okay, so
Thank you. I really enjoyed Toastmaster Navna's speech. Let me talk about what I liked about his speech. First and foremost, speech crafting. His speech title, Feedback, the mirror we all need. It was well aligned with the opening, body and conclusion. So, in body what we told about feedback, how the feedback would be effective. First, it must be specific, balanced and actionable. So this will also give the action item. And in body of his speech, he talked about his personal story, where how he registered about feedback, and later when he engaged with the feedback, how it helped him. Second thing I liked about the delivery. So he was very much confident throughout the speech, and I understood each word, whatever he had spoken. So good job done there. Every speech has some scope of improvement. In my view, he can work on few areas to take his speech to next level. First, about the movement. When you keep on moving, in my view, it will distract the listener. So try to divide all the speech in 3 portions. Maybe you can first part you can speech here, you will speech here, second here, and third this portion. So in that way we will cover the audience also, as well as it will not distract the audience. Second thing about, I feel that you can take challenge. I was sitting here, I felt didn't see me throughout the speech. So maybe next time try to cover all audience. Third thing, audience engagement. Maybe try to ask one person at the start or middle, so that audience will be engaged throughout the speech. And last thing about the time management. So maybe what you can do that you can record video at home and try to see that he is completing his speech in on time. To summarize my feedback, he is very good at speech crafting and delivery. He should work on time management and movement on stage. So I am looking forward to hear his next speech. Over to you, Professor.
So, there are many things in the feedback we know about ourselves. Okay, so basically, and my personal view and perception that we should take the feedback very positively. Okay, so now I will call upon next evaluator, T.M. Nikhil, who will evaluate the speech of James Murthy. That is important. Welcome, T.M. Nikhil.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So it was amazing, humorous speech. I enjoyed that speech a lot. The same way she enjoyed being here. Like when she was telling the story, she was enjoying. Right. First thing which I like about that is the catchy title. Her Ek Friend Zaruri Hota. So when I heard that title, I was so excited to listen to that speech. Right. What I like about the speech, the highlight of the speech, is she started the speech with question. She asked question. That is the best way to engage your audience. At the same time, she concluded her speech with question again. So that is you can call that circle effect. Right? Circle effect. You starting with the same thing and you are concluded your speech with the same thing. So that circle effect is the highlight of her speech. Then amazing storytelling. When she was telling a story, we could relate to those stories. So it was relatable stories. It made us relate to those stories in our lives, right? And it creates greater connection with all of us. She illustrated her points very well to build up authenticity. So I never found that somewhere the speech was fake. It was authentic and it was relatable. Okay? Then with her eye contact, she drew her audience into her speech. So that is the highlight of her speech. The speech was properly structured, beginning, body, and conclusion. So there are some recommendations from my side. First is speech was little bit monotonous. So there was no voice modulation. So she could have voice modulation in her speech. There were many conversations. So at the time of conversation, she could have proper voice modulation. Second thing, recommendation, I found that though her speech was humorous, right, but there were very few humors, and I find audience were not that much engaging in a humorous way. So to summarize her speech, great storytelling, title was catchy. Then it was authentic, speech was authentic, but if she works on humor, okay, more humor into her speech, because it is her project, right? And a little bit voice modulation is there. She can take her speech to the next level.
So, I will talk about the thing. Let's continue. Where I left, so I got married. That part where, okay, we will start again. So, like was not prepared. So I was not prepared. Same goes with my wife. Okay. So we were facing new challenges, and eventually the images were broke and the images started getting faded. And then another thing happened, we became parents. Okay. For that too also we were not prepared, like everyone else. See, watching and listening the Toastmaster of the day performing here is something different than actually someone performing, actually be performing as a Toastmaster of the day. Okay. So you see the parents. Parenting is very subjective. So you see the different types of parenting. But when you do that, when you start that journey, so it creates some challenges. And then again, if your toddler wakes up at night 2 o'clock, 2 a.m., then you have many sleepless nights, okay, the tired one, but still you need to put up the image, or the mask of energetic person to show the outside world. Okay, so sometimes these images or these masks are necessary. We'll continue with this. Now it's time. Timer, people will present the report, timer report for table topics and evaluations. So, go to.
So, great news, everybody in the table topics and evaluations have been qualified. Toastmaster Santosh took 1 minute 58 seconds. Guest Omkar took 2 minutes 17 seconds. Guest Dheeraj took 1 minute 20 seconds. Guest Riddhi took 1 minute 15 seconds. Toastmaster Kiran took 1 minute 19 seconds, and guest Bharat took 1 minute 15 seconds. So, qualified. Evaluations. Toastmaster Kaushalya took 2 minute 23 seconds. Toastmaster Abhinav took 2 minutes 24 seconds, and Toastmaster Nikhil took 2 minutes 35 seconds. Now, when I did the briefing, what did I tell you? What was the today's goal? When will we be concluding the meeting?
Okay.
How much time is remaining? Let's keep up the power and try concluding this meeting and make our president proud. Over to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
What the energetic coach presented by. Okay. So now time to now two more reports. All the old players now will present their reports, and we will start with our examination for the day. TM Ashish, welcome TM Ashish.
So I'll start my report. I'll start with how many times or who was used the word of the day. Today's word of the day was eloquent. So the word of the day were used by TM Kajal, TM Nitin, TM Rohit, TM Kaushalya, and guest Dheeraj. Kudos to you all. The phrase of the day was to raise the bar. These were used by again TM Kajal in her opening speech. Apart from that, TM Rohit also used the word, used the phrase of the day. That's it. I could note these two uses for the phrase of the day. Next, I would like to talk about good expression of the words and good usage of the words. So I noted down a couple of good expressions. Declare independence. So that was a funny expression of describing your hair if you can be better. Then there was another expression where it was said match the wavelength and frequency. So where we are trying to understand our classmates or fellow peers. A couple of good words that were used. One was camouflage. I think it goes well with today's theme. The next was paradoxical. Paradoxical means something which is contradictory but still true. Now coming to improvement, there were still a lot of R's and O's and those filler words that were used by speakers at different stages. Another improvement I would suggest is in the usage of the word the. I feel it is being overused. So the correct use of the word the is for unique nouns or specific mentions. So some of the incorrect usage that I could know. So love the mathematics. This is not correct. Then stood the first. Okay, so instead of using the word the here, we can just say I love mathematics and I stood first in the class. Again, some more incorrect some correct usage can be like the sun is bright. This is correct because sun is a proper noun and we can use there. Then some incorrect usage, the life is complicated. That is not correct. Life is complicated. That's it. The gold is a precious metal. Again, not required the here. Only gold is a precious metal. So this was frequently occurring in most of the speeches. So I wanted to highlight. Yeah, that's it from my side. I think today's meeting showed good eloquence and creativity, and let's keep improving our grammar and
Okay, now it's time to call AHA counter, team Rodi. So we will play this report, who use filler words and not. Okay, so over to you.
Okay, as our theme says, do we really know ourselves? But I know how we perform in the speech. So I'll be presenting my AHA counter report. We'll start with Toastmaster Kaushalya. So in your evaluation, for the filler sounds, you do 5+ filler sounds, and there were a couple of times and repetition of and word. Toastmaster Kshitij, there was once AHA sound of the filler sound which was used in your speech. Evaluator Abhinav. So here, like evaluation, we took AHA sound, the filler sound twice. Speaker Nauna. So filler sound was took 5+ times. But okay, there was a repetition of the filler words. Okay, it was four times. There was also this filler words, which was used 3 times in your speech. Next, Toastmaster Nikhil. So Toastmaster Nikhil, so in your speech or the evaluation, you took this AHA sound as 5+ times. Then there was this repetition of that was once. Then right, also filler word that was also used. And then okay, there was a couple of times okay was used in great. And speaker Swati. Filler. So there was only once filler sound which she used. Then Toastmaster Santosh. So in your table topic speech, you use filler sound 4 times, and there was once so repetitive. Then guest Omkar. So in your speech, the R word for this filler sound was used 5+ times. Then there was this Then guest Dheeraj. So in your speech, this R was used 5+ times. Then okay and so was there. And then Reti, there was this filler sound R which you took 5+ times. Then Toastmaster Kiran. So for you also the filler sound was used 4 times. Then yes, Bharat. So filler sound was used 5+ times in your speech. Then okay and this like filler words were used. Yeah, 2 Toastmaster of the day also, like you're performing really well. But for there was this filler sound 5+ times. You have this complete. Then there was this so 5+ filler words which you used. Then there was this repetitive okay for the 5+ times. So that's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Rohit, for the report. Now it's time for active listeners. Okay, so we have some Buddhists as well. Okay, so answer the question. Or
with or like? Yes. He can answer me.
I can't answer. Okay, I didn't know.
Maybe it's me and I'm talking now. The question is like, what are the habits, right?
Two habits. Two friends as well.
So it's Abhinav and myself who love traveling.
Abhinav loves traveling and
They both love that.
Anand also loves traveling. He has mentioned in his.
Okay, next question is, in which year our speaker's friend took to his favorite restaurant?
2011. 2018.
Is it done 2008?
18 years back.
18 years back. Next. Okay, in the beginning of the meeting, SAA mentioned a motivational line. Anyone remember that line? And he has repeated, I mean, not the full line, but the sense he wants to bring this in his report, during his report. It's regarding that time does not differ anyone.
Bad news, time flies. Good news, you are fine.
So next question is, there was one line in the last movie. He has repeated twice that we can say also a motivational line or yeah, I can say it a motivational line. He has repeated it twice in the beginning and in the conclusion part. No? No one? It was feedback is not criticism, it's a mirror we all need. Okay. Next question is 4 types of friends mentioned by Toastmaster Swati. You have to mention all the 4 types or you can
Nikki, go, Nikki.
Bonus point.
one is you can at least try to explain.
I think Toastmaster Swati mentioned EIW friends, airplane mode friends, and always available friends and mobility providers.
Okay.
Okay. During his table topic speech, guest Omkar took his principal name. Wrong.
Suresh.
Wrong.
Right? He said right.
Suresh.
No, Suresh, no.
Sandeep.
No. Okay. There was one belief that had changed after some time, like over the time, this belief had changed. Mentioned by Bharat and Toastmaster Nitin.
Oh, calm. You are calm.
My last question is, what is the mask of mask Rohit is there?
Confidence.
Confident.
Thank you all. This was a rap question and I hope you all have enjoyed. And I would like to mention that actually wherever you are attending, be present, stay away. Thank you.
What a great session and questions asked by Devulji. So, see, actually listening, we came here to improve here, to gather the knowledge, to change some beliefs, to wear some mask, to remove some mask, and be aware of, only awareness here, what this thing, because one thing in mind, I just wanted to make the awareness. Most of you may have aware of that thing, okay, but for someone who don't, so it was awareness actually. Most of the time we know which mask we are wearing. We deliberately or we need to wear those masks. Sometimes we don't need. Still we wear those masks. Okay, that is something. My perspective. That is something we need to take up our way. We should never wear that kind of mask. Okay, and we should be aware of the images created by others. Do we really like that image? Or time will tell you, time will let you know that it was the image created by you or created by someone else. Like the thing happened with Bharat and me. Okay. So now I will call for a general evaluator, which will report everything about the speakers, about the setting, and about the meeting. Okay, and so welcome PM Abhishek.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster? Okay, since time is money and we have less of it right now, we'll start off quickly with general evaluation report. With certain times, Toastmaster Kajal, what she did best was she decorated the board well. She stated the mission and vision of the club as correctly as possible, and she stated the rules of the meeting as well, which is the 3-4 rules that she stated. And one recommendation that I like to give to Toastmaster Kajal, since we had lack of energy while starting the meeting, we can have a quick warm-up exercise, like 30 seconds to 20 seconds, so that we can place that everyone up, stand up and do a clapping exercise or something like that. That would have done something, but you played the role effectively well. Second of all, presiding officer, Toastmaster, again have the guest introduction. Now I'm seeing Toastmaster and seeing presiding officer as well. He made the personal story, which is connection to the theme of the meeting as well. Job well done on that part. It doesn't take much time of it because presiding officer lately takes around 5 to 6 minutes. It's like a speech, but in 5 minutes speech, he gave his personal answer and gave it the stage to Toastmaster. Coming in Toastmaster, Nitin, what I really liked about the session that Toastmaster Nitin conducted was that most of the time we see the Toastmaster today's session is not in sync with the speaker session. Rather than we have speakers overpowering the Toastmaster today's session. But today it was in good harmony. I saw that the theme was well carried from starting to the end of the meeting. Very well done on that part. We stated the agenda, followed the agenda as well. Read a lot of from the book as well regarding the introduction. But as far as the theme is concerned, he was very impromptu. Like he was telling the speeches and recommendation, and he sort of juxtaposed with the theme as well for the speeches, right, or for the speakers. The job well done. He also had his personal profession and improved as well. Sharing. So it shared vulnerabilities to us, which is in line with all the things that we are sharing. So job well done. And other form can be is to break the session into 3 segments. I saw that he was very much pushed a lot from starting to the ending. We are talking about mask and this part of time. So we get 15 minutes in agenda to cover up as a PMA session. So we divide it into 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes to talk about personal, 5 minutes to talk about professional. So we can divide in such ways. So in that way, it is very much in sync with the team, and the team is not pushed forward. So that can be done. And then job well done. Coming to time for the next meeting, time Toastmaster Nitin, he gave a good introduction about his timer role. It wasn't an introduction, it was like a warning that he was giving. And other than that, he, as a timer, his role and responsibility was very much travel followed. He noted the time of any sequence for each speaker and evaluators which job were done. Two recommendations that I like to give to him is that you, in the starting of the speech, like 2-3 quotes, so limit it to one quote and then tell the rules and responsibilities and time. Other than that, there was a moment when Toastmaster Vinci was on stage and he came on stage and gave like 1 to 2 minutes. So you can see this, the stage that is going on, it's like a movie and we are all the audience. Like you can also look that let's say Sholay is going on and in the end we have Jay and Viru. In middle of it, Gabbar comes in, "Arey bhai, kitne aadmi thi?" So in that way, the flow of the meeting flows, drops down. So in that sense, we have to make sure that if we have bad mistake, it will be carried forward after the so no, no asking all the time. Our counter Toastmaster Rohit also played a role for the very first time As a report, his introduction was right. We followed the counter straight every role played the role played with us and he gave tips before the start of the counter. So most of the time he gave tips and tips after at the end of the session he gave it before. So it's much followed by our speakers and it was listened because energy in which we speak was pretty light. You see, if we give it more energy, we will be more vocal while delivering. That will be one more recommendation. Second, we can be noting down the flawlessly almost flawless speakers names first. So we have flawless speakers who did not use any R's and R's. So in that, the report for them will be negative. And then the almost flawless speaker is going to use 1 or 2 R's and R's. And the third is what filler sounds in each speaker use. I mean, you mentioned use 4 filler words, 5 filler words, but what specific filler words were used? That could be also highlighted. Other than as for first time, we have done one. Coming to Grammarly Toastmaster Ashish, in fact, I can do any Grammarly English teacher that I could find in my school days. His report was just exactly like that. His introduction of his report was great. As a Grammarly, he mentioned the word of the day, phrase of the day. I don't think word of the day, phrase of the day has much relevance to the theme of this meeting, but it's very much followed. People were using it as a job and success for a Grammarly. He also mentioned the good usage, the improved usage, and tips and tricks that could be also followed in his recommendation. Your tips and the Grammarly tip of the week that you can get. One thing that you highlighted was the definite article usage, like the usage was more. So how to sort of avoid it? That can be one trick because we saw it a lot happening in this meeting. How to avoid it? That can be one scenario. Coming to active listener Toastmaster, Toastmaster. When I first joined Toastmaster, she was on media education at that time. A lot to learn from her as well. A great show of active listener session when I joined Toastmaster. Again, when we started for active listening, all of our eyes are straight towards the active listening and the chocolates. Also, she brought the chocolates because we job and that. Great session conducted. I don't know anything about coming to the evaluators for today's meeting, Toastmaster Kaushal. First of all, I like to take this stage and tell and we can applaud Toastmaster Kaushal because with such consistency, she's saving the birthday poster of all our Toastmasters really comfortable. So every time we see that poster for any speaker like that birthday of Toastmaster Kaushal, make it as well. So we don't miss out anyone's birthday. She's ensuring that this thing we won't have to see well done. Coming to the evaluation that she did, she was objectively well-driven speech. Her commendation was not, I couldn't find anything related to the commendation, but when we come to the evaluation, recommendation which we gave to Toastmaster Stiglitz, I could concur with that. So it was well done on the part of recommendation. Commendation, I believe as an evaluator, commendation should be in touch with not the person what he has said. So it would be like you are duplicating or narrating what he has said again. So like if the speaker is taking 5 minutes, you are adding more for 6-7 minutes of your time as an evaluator, telling what she has said. So other than what we can do is we can enact it. How did I learn from it? Or you can enact any certain thing that you liked about the speech while giving commendation. Okay. Second, again, same scenario, Toastmaster Arena, point out the narration of the speaker and use it in your commendation. Recommendation, we all know that giving recommendations to everyone. But commendation is one thing that we need to do so that the person feels motivated to come in the stage. Okay. Third is Toastmaster meeting. When he came on stage, it was like a flashback memory to me because he was a president, he was a vice president membership at that search for and back. So it felt very good and very heartwarming that all these seasoned Toastmasters also coming in this stage and taking this service. So thank you, Master Nikhil, for always taking this club. As far as we are following CRC approach, which is the basic approach, we also learn from you that sort of evaluation that you give. And the evaluation is very much in touch with Toastmasters Swati's objective of the speech, so your objective is very important. Coming to Toastmaster, I think as far as the role players are concerned, one that has set the benchmark in portraying the table topic master. I saw she got the role today itself, and she did it fabulously well. Toastmaster Vinci, I have no recommendation for you. She talked about discovering who you are, which is actually resonating with what Toastmaster Vinci wanted to say in his speech, and that was brought by table topic master session in her speech. So it was a very supportive role that you both did. Voluntarily, involuntarily in today's team. Toastmaster Vinci did wonderful. You also gave her 2 cents after each speech was done. So I have no recommendation, but the role was done fabulously well. Coming to the topic, speaker, Toastmaster Santosh. He brings about what he is when no one is watching him. Right? When he is at home being lazy, we all are that, we are not content with it. No other story to that. Second of all, yes, Sonka, he shaded engagement. Now we can see 2 sides of it, right? Yes, Revati talked about validation which comes from within. The rest is just noise, right? And yes, Romka talked about his MBA journey, how we seek and learn from others. So there are 2 sets of coins that we are gaining from 2 individuals today. So it was an awesome thing that we brought guests to inside the speech and we can hear such sort of stories to them, which is new to all of us, right? And that was effectively done in that. Yes, Dheeraj also, we talked about yes, Dheeraj being very consistent in taking table topic session. He was in the table topic session before and today as well, that was very much aligned to the theme or the topic that you did, which is consistency. With this consistency, you will be leading forward and becoming Toastmaster as well, and leading Toastmaster the day or leading table topic master session in the future. Toastmaster, Kiran talked about inconsistency. Again, your harmonica story, the gym story, I would also like to add one book story, one book that is kept on the border, which is not attached, one courses that we have not done. Again, inconsistency is a thing, is a parameter that we all seek, and there is always a mistake with it, because with inconsistency comes a lot of mistakes. Right? So, very much pointed out by Kiran as well. Very awesome speech, overall, job well done in that. And one final recommendation for the audience is, since the energy in today's meeting was a bit lacking, so what I would recommend is that at times of like when any speaker, any presenter, or anyone is coming on stage, clap 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? 10 times if you clap, so a lot of times we clap 3 times, 4 times. Why do I have to clap? A lot of times we clap. So clap 10 times, it sort of harmonizes everyone and it brings up back the rhythm of everyone in the stage. So do initiate that coming forward. Room was well maintained. I don't have any recommendation as to settle the room. Now we, as we got the pointers back on the fan, so we can adjust the speed as well. So job well on that. And one last recommendation for all the role players is to follow the role player script, which is there in the group that we get. And that is a fabulous session. Always feel to be here and see all the faces of my members and guests. And thank you and thank you.
Now it's time to slow down thing, and I'm very much glad that I don't want to say trigger, but somewhere I go the stage of awareness regarding self-awareness, and somewhere you already, someone or many of you already started your spiritual awakening journey, and this is from me of little sense. So be aware. Next from onwards, be aware and check if you are wearing a mask or the image created by someone or you are creating the someone and it suits your personality. Personality means see, image is also self-aware, okay, and the ideal self where we idolize someone and we want to become someone. So be aware of that thing and you will succeed and you will feel calm or you will, we all are talking about peace actually. Initially in bad days when in Hinduism we have 4 ourselves. But nowadays it's not like that. Okay, so everyone wants peace, mental peace, and everyone wants to be synchronous. Okay, so all the best to everyone, and with this I am closing the theme and over to you, Mr. Officer.
We really had a great meeting. Let us have a big round of applause for all the members. Voting page is ready. You can do the voting. You can find QR code on agenda. So I have two announcements from my side. First is that we have open house meeting on next Sunday, 29th March. If you bring your friends, family member, and if they join, you will get a goodie. And second announcement is that for the members, if you renew membership before 25th of March, you will get 400 rupees of voucher from the district. And currently more than 30 members have already renewed the membership. Is voting done? Let us take a feedback from guests. How they like the meeting and when they are going to join. Yeah, please start from one.
As I told earlier, this was my second session over here, and I had first session at Empty Club. Overall, I really enjoyed the club. Again, I see many same faces, some new faces as well. Talking about joining out the club, I'm still in the mode of evaluation, my personal evaluation that where I'm suitable exactly. Yesterday, what happened? I went to Shivaji Nagar, but I was a bit late, so I was not allowed over there. Shivaji Nagar Symbiosis. So I came here. Again, I will be traveling to Shivaji Nagar next weekend. But as you said, there's a open house on next Sunday. We'll be again coming here, and then I'll.
Thank you. Just tell you how do you like this meeting and when you are going to join. Yeah.
So this was my first meeting. I never have joined Toastmasters ever, so this is a new experience for me. I liked everyone was enthusiastic in speaking, and many were hesitant. So it was, good for me because I was not a speaker. So it was a confidence boost. But I would like to see and experience more of these meetings to understand.
This is my second time coming here. I like the meeting first time, and this time it was little bit energy was less compared to last one session. But still, I am pretty confident about joining this soon in maybe next week. So thank you very much.
So, good afternoon everyone. This is the first meeting I am joining as a Toastmaster. I really like the energy. I was not in the previous meeting, so I was not able to compare it, but the way it has been handled, it's really appreciated. The way speakers come here and did their speeches, and the best part is that the feedback, what they get to improve their result, how they see themselves to improve. So that's the interaction I like the most, and I'm hoping to join this one.
Hello everyone, this is my first time and I really like this approach how we in this Toastmaster assessment, evaluation and the timekeeping and the feedback basically. So I like it, and I'm looking forward to join these meetings continuously. And yeah, obviously this today's meeting have already raised the bar for me, so I am going to join.
So there will be a guest briefing session after this meeting. It is just for 5 or 10 minutes. You can join that. So it is time for a moment of glory for two of us. So first award for the best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Nikul. role player award goes to Toastmaster Nitin. Best table topic speaker award goes to Toastmaster Santosh. Best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Nikhil. Last, best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Kshitij. So please come forward for the group photo. I adjourn this meeting.
I'll take speech. One more.
Yes, please wait for 5 minutes.
You live nearby.
Thank you.